तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद मौला के मुबारक नाम से इस सेशन का आगाज़ करते हैं। I will require and request all the friends online to please pray for this Garib and Nachis, as I need your prayer. Without your prayer and well wish, I will not be able to start or continue this session. या मौलाए मेहरबान तौफीक ताहीद हिम्मत व यारी मौला तौफीक ताहीद हिम्मत व यारी मौला या मौला हम सब दोस्त यहाँ पर जमा हुए हैं for one single purpose, to learn something of your batin. Ya Maulay Mirban, it is easy for us to see things in Zahir, what is in front of our eyes, but it is not easy for us to see and understand, to learn and to comprehend what is hidden, what is in batin, what are the meanings and the interpretation of our tariqah, Mawla. So please be with us, hold our hand, Mawla. Ya Maulay Mirban, Tawfiq, Taheed, Himmat wa Yari, Mawla. Once again, to all friends, Ya Ali Madad. Our today's subject is Jamat Khana and House of Momins. We will start with Maula's Dubai opening lecture and the Farman of the Dubai Jamaat Khana back in 2003. At the foundation ceremony of Dubai Jamaat Khana, Mullah said, and I quote, "At a time when the search of mutual understanding remains essential to assuring peace and stability, the creation of a space that will enable that search become a greater imperative than ever. It is my humble prayer that when built, the Ismaili Center in Dubai will be a place for contemplation and search for enlightenment." I'm going to repeat this again. A place for contemplation and search for enlightenment, where people come together to share knowledge. It will be a place of peace, of order, of hope, and of brotherhood, radiating those thoughts, attitudes, and sentiments which unite and which do not divide, and which uplift the mind and the spirit. And then a Farman on 13 December 2003, almost 17 years ago to Dubai Jamat Khana. Keep in mind, my spiritual children, that wherever you are living, the essence of our tariqah is what must guide you in your life. And the essence of our tariqah comes from the knowledge of the ethic that have come from our history, from the interpretation of our faith, from the way in which we use, and Mullah used word akal, knowledge, for the benefit of the Jamaat in the decades ahead. Keep in mind, therefore, while we may be living in the material world, it is ultimately the life hereafter which is the vision of every man and woman. Remember, that is only the soul which is eternal in every human being, and therefore be regular in the practice of your faith. When you are in difficulty in a worldly way, for time or work, take your tasbih, call Ya Allah, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali. Call the tasbih because that is its own way, is a prayer at that time. And keeping yourself well protected from the excessive materialism is one of the essential premises of our tariqah. It is indeed the essence of Islam. It is also particularly part of our own inherited tradition. Please recite the holy salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. My friends, brother and sister online, in this series of lectures, we will talk about Jamat Khana, the physical building, a center for Ismailis. We will go back in history. We will come and look at today's Jamat Khana, and then we will see, if we have time today or in our following lecture, we will talk about the personal Jamat Khana, the homes of the Momins. So let's start with a central place for the Momins to come together. And what was that in our history? Not only from the time of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but also dated all the way back to Imam Ibrahim and Ismail. Not only that, but all the way back to Adam. When Adam came on this earth, he missed the home of Allah. So he requested the Allah, and Allah ordered the angels to build a symbolic, the underlined word is symbolic, home, a khana Kaaba, a Qibla, a place of worship, a place for remembrance, a place to get together, place of hope and prayers. And Allah said, build that right under my home in the heavens. इस खाना काबा को बिल्कुल बराबर बराबर मेरे उस घर के नीचे बनाना जो आसमान में है. And we will come to this phrase again and again. Build a home on the earth, right under the home in the heavens. जो मेरा घर आसमान में है उसके बिल्कुल बराबर जमीन पर एक किबला बनाओ. The central place for the Mominin, for the followers at the beginning, from the beginning. And when with the flood of Noah the khana Kaaba was destroyed, again Ibrahim and his son Ismail, they requested Allah and said, we don't know, where was this home? Where is the center where we can build the Qibla, the khana Kaaba, the home of Allah? For what purpose? A center for the Mominin, for the followers, for the believers, for the prayer, to get together, for the hope and progress. So again, Allah guided them and they built khana Kaaba again. And we remember Surah Fil and the story of Hazrat Abu Muttalib. Who was Hazrat Abu Muttalib? Mawla Ali Murtaza grandfather. The second last Imam of the sixth cycle, the father of Abu Talib and grandfather of Mawla Ali Murtaza. When the army of the elephant came, the army of the Abraha came to destroy the khana Kaaba, and there is a historical story and a background why he wanted to destroy khana Kaaba. There's a historical background. If you don't know, please search and read the historical background. At the end, if you want to ask me to tell you the story in short, I'll be more than happy to do that at the end during the Q&A session. So when he came, Abu Muttalib in the conversation with Abraham said that khana Kaaba is the home of the Rabb, Allah. That's his home and he will defend his home. And with those words, Abu Muttalib collected his followers and took a high place on the small mountain just outside the Makkah. And then the angel birds came and destroyed the army of Abraha, the army of elephant. That's the historical background. That's just a story, not the interpretation, not the tawil. There is a huge tawil, and inshallah we will do a small segment, a session, a class, as we have done on other surahs. We will do a class on this surah as well, so everyone would understand the tawil and the interpretation of Surah Fil. But today our subject is Jamat Khana, and we are looking at the historical place of worship, Khana Kaaba. And then after Khana Kaaba, when Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, along with the follower and Mawla Ali, migrated to Medina, they built another masjid there. Same theory, same concept, same purpose for Mominin to get together. Word masjid literally means a place of prostration. मस्जिद का मतलब है सजदा करने की जगह. And that is the reason the masjid is always open for those who wanted to prostrate. मस्जिद हमेशा खुली रहती है सबके लिए, जो भी सजदा करना चाहे. क्योंकि मस्जिद का क्या नाम और मतलब है? वो जगह जहां पर सजदा किया जाता है, सजदा करने की जगह. इसलिए वो हमेशा सबके लिए खुली होती है. And then as the Islam spread, और अलग अलग मुल्कों के अंदर जब इमामान गए तो इमामों ने अज खुद मस्जिदें बनाई. यहां पर एक चीज को याद रखें. I want everyone to make a note of this. From the Khana Kaaba, Awwal, at the time of Adam, who did he ask to build the Khana Kaaba? Answer would be Allah. When Ibrahim wanted to rebuild the Khana Kaaba, who did he ask for permission? Allah. When Muhammad wanted to build the masjid, who did he ask for permission? Allah. अगर आज दुनिया के अंदर प्रॉफिट्स नहीं है, आदम नहीं है, इब्राहिम नहीं है, मोहम्मद नहीं है, how will anyone build masjid? Because masjid only can be built with the permission of prophets and Allah. प्रॉफिट की इजाज़त और प्रॉफिट के अमर से और खुदा के इजाज़त से मस्जिद बनाई जाती है. एंड आफ्टर प्रॉफिट किसकी इजाज़त की ज़रूरत होगी? Whose अमर do we need to build a place of prayers? Easy answer, whoever Allah has appointed and whoever Muhammad has appointed. Whoever succeeded Allah and Muhammad on this earth. जो भी इस दुनिया में वसी अल्लाह, वसी मोहम्मद और वसी कुरान है, उसकी इजाज़त से एक मस्जिद, a place of worship बनाई जाती है. The reason I'm using word masjid because we are still talking about in our history. फिर जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़े and Islam split it into two sects, a Sunni and Shia. And the Shia followed the Imam Ali, Maulana Hussain, Zain al-Abidin, Muhammadin Baqir, Jafar Sadiq, and then split it again. Then came a time कि जहाँ पर शिया तरीका जो था, शिया जो सेक्ट था, वो इतनी मर्तबा स्प्लिट हुआ कि इश्नाशरी से, बोरी से होते होते हम इस्माइली, निजारी, खोजा जमात में आ गए। सो नाउ वी आर इस्माइली, निजारी, मुस्लिम्स। और फिर चूंकि हमारा तरीका, द सेक्ट, द पार्ट of the Islam and the Shia, we are talking about Ismailis. When we moved away from the Shariat into Tariqat और खानकाहें बनाई गई, खानकाहें a private place of ibadat. The key word is private place of ibadat. So we moved from Shariat to Tariqat. Why? Because Islam is a dynamic religion और ये प्रोग्रेसिव रिलीजन है। पहले हमको शरीयत सिखाई गई, शरीयत के बाद हमको तरीकत के अंदर लाया गया और तरीकत के अंदर हमने अपने प्राइवेट इबादत गाह बनाए, खानकाहें बनाई गई। मस्जिदें अपनी जगह थी जहां पर शरीयत को फॉलो किया जाता था और शरीयत की नमाज पढ़ी जाती थी। जो भी सजदा करना चाहे वो वहां जा सकता है और जा सकता था। बट those who wanted to do ibadat of the batin at the level of tariqat, then with the permission of the imam of the time, private places of ibadat, private places of worship built की गई with the amr and permission of the imam. ना कि हम खुद बना लेते हैं। We cannot build जमात खाना, we cannot build masjid, we cannot build the places of worship. उसके अंदर इमाम के अमर की जरूरत पड़ती है। और आप देखेंगे कि जैसे जैसे ये कोर्स आगे जाएगा और जब हम मोमिनीन के घरों की बात करेंगे, when we will talk about the homes of the मोमिनीन, then someone can say, but Aziz sir, you said that you need a permission of imam of the time to build a Jamaat Khana. So I am giving you heads up. Remember this, that only with the amr and permission of the imam, after Rasul and Allah, one can build the place of worship. May it be called Kaaba, may it be called Masjid, Khanka, और आज जमात खाना। एंड जब हम तरीकत से हकीकत पर आए और कुछ लोग पीछे रह गए शरीयत में और तरीकत में, और हमने अपने जमात खाने बनाना शुरू किए, तो मौला की विजडम को देखें। लेट्स लुक एट द विजडम ऑफ द इमाम बिहाइंड द नेम ऑफ द प्लेस ऑफ वर्शिप। मौला ने इसका नाम मस्जिद नहीं रखा। इज नॉट ओपन फॉर ऑल, कि वहां के जो भी सजदा करना चाहे they can come and prostrate. It's not open to all. So the name was not masjid. Name was not khanka because whomever wanted to do ibadat of tariqat, they cannot come to this place either. Why? Because this is the place at the level of haqiqat. We had moved to the third level of the Islam, of the haqiqi deen, the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Because Sirat al-Mustaqim is the path we are walking and moving forward. And what happened? We moved from Shariat to Tariqat to Haqiqat. And at the level of Haqiqat, we started to build the Jamat khana. And with Imam's wisdom, we called it Jamat khana, the home of the Jamat. One of the questions that we receive so many times, especially in America, especially where we mingle with non-Ismailis, we mingle with non-Muslims, we mingle with other people of religion. And what is that question? Why do we not let other people come to Jamat khana? Can other people come to Jamat khana? That is the one question. If I'm not mistaken in counting, I must have heard this question hundreds upon hundreds of times. And I'm sure there's someone on this line as we speak right now have the same question. Let's put this question to rest. And the way I'm going to answer is going to challenge your mind. Remember, these classes are for the knowledge, to learn the ilm. This is not a one way that I will speak, you will listen, and then I will go home, you will go home, and that will be the end of it. That's not it. We are here together to learn the knowledge, so we can have good understanding of our tariqa and everything within it. हम वो चीज़ें सीखें जो हमारे तरीके का एसेंस है और हर चीज़ जो हमारे तरीके के अंदर है. So why we do not let other people come to Jamaat khana? And the way I'm going to answer is, of course, who told you others cannot come to Jamaat khana? I know everybody is thinking there is something wrong with this teacher online today, because our missionary have said, Mukhi Sahib had said, our parents have said that no one can come to Jamaat khana other than Ismaili. But this guy is saying, of course, who told you others cannot come to Jamaat khana? Of course they can come, but with condition. With one condition. What is the condition? They have to be the Jamaat, because it is the Jamaat khana, the house for the Jamaat. So what do they have to become Jamaat? First, they have to become Ismaili, take a bayat in the hand of the Imam, follow Imam's farman, believe in Imam, recite dua, give the son, follow the tariqah, follow our Imam, and once they enroll as a Jamaat, definitely, who said they cannot come to Jamaat khana? They can come to Jamaat khana, because this Jamaat khana is built for them. And now they are the Jamaat. That's how we answer our youngster. Do not give illogical answer. Oh नहीं 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 हम अपने जमात खाने में किसी को आने नहीं देते हैं, हम तो बहुत प्राइवेट है, हमारा मजहब बाती नहीं है. They will not understand that. But if you challenge their mind, remember our children are very intellectual. They have more brain than we ever would have. Their thoughts are much greater and higher than us. And when I say us, I'm talking about me, this Garib and Nachis. So, the place of the Jamat Khana. So Jamat Khana started to be built. And then within the Jamat Khana, Darkhana was built. And the very first Darkhana was built in time of Mola Hassan Ali Shah Mahbab and Ali Shah Mahbab in Bombay. And we all remember a famous quote when this Jamat Khana, the Darkhana was built, where Mola said that prosecution over the head of the Imams and the Jamaat has been lifted. As we step into Hakikat in our history, with the establishment of the Jamat Khana and the Darkhana in Bombay, the time of Zahurat, time of manifestation, and the time of Ismaili to prosper openly within the community, within the country that we were living at that time and we are living today. And today we are living in over 25-30 countries, maybe even more, with 106 Jamaat Khanas, and maybe even more, because there is a new build Jamaat Khana every day. I don't think we even have a count of that. So let's understand the building, the Jamaat Khana, so-called Jamaat Khana. So we understand there is a central place of worship, Khana Kaaba. There is a local place of worship, Jamaat Khana. There could be additional Jamaat Khana within your neighborhood. Meaning, there can be multiple Jamaat Khana within a neighborhood. If you are from Bombay, if you are from Karachi, if you are from Houston, even Vancouver and Toronto, we have multiple Jamaat Khana within a vicinity. Within a 10, 20, 30 mile, we may have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Jamaat Khanas. So we have a local Jamaat Khana. And the Jamaat Khana, the purpose of Jamaat Khana is what? Remember what we started with? With Mola's Farman. A place to get together, to share knowledge, So main purpose of Jamaat Khana is, and I'm going to read this line one more time. In our tariqah comes from the knowledge of the ethic that have come from our history, from the interpretation of our faith, from the way in which we use akal, knowledge, for the benefit of the Jamaat in the decades ahead. Keep in mind, therefore, that while we may be living in the material world, it is ultimately the life hereafter which is the vision of every man and woman. Remember that is only the soul which is eternal. And at the foundation ceremony, what did Mola Baba said? It is my humble prayer that when built, Mola Baba is talking about the Ismaili Center in Dubai, will be a place for contemplation and search for enlightenment, where people come together to share knowledge and wisdom. So Jamat Khana in purpose for what? Mullah emphasizing on akal, on knowledge, on wisdom. क्योंकि अगर हम अक्ल के बगैर, नॉलेज के बगैर, विजडम के बगैर जो भी अमल करेंगे जमात खाने में वो बेकार होगा. We must exercise every single kriya, the rites and ritual, with utmost highest level of intellect, knowledge and wisdom. So now we are at the level of hakikat, where Jamaat Khana has been built. If we understood thus far what we were talking about, the Islam is a progressive, dynamic religion, and it moves forward on Sirat al-Mustaqim, from Shariat to Tariqat to Hakikat. So a question from me. Normally you guys ask me a question, I'm going to ask you a question. Ask yourself, and you do not have to answer me for this question. Am I at the level of Shariat? Meaning, do I go to Jamaat Khana to say my 3-time dua, to give the song, and to be in Chandra Madlas? And that's it. That is the totality of my understanding of my tariqah, of my religion. If that is your answer, then what would be your answer to my question? Are you at the level of Shariat, Tariqat or Hakikat? So your answer would be, I'm only doing Shariat. I'm not doing anything more than that. So where are you? You are at the level of Shariat. Even though you call yourself Ismaili, a Hakiki Momin, a Hakiki Jamaat, but you have yourself, no one. Imam wanted to take you all the way to Marifat, but you yourself have limited yourself by saying, if I do my 3-time dua, if I give my 12.5% zakat, and maybe if I enroll myself in Chandra Mallas, that is good enough for me, that is my tariqah, and that is my belief, and I'm done. Then you are nowhere further than the Shariat. But if your answer is, no, I go to Jamaat Khana to enlighten myself with knowledge and wisdom. मैं जमात खाने जाता हूँ अपनी इल्म के इजाफे के लिए और उसके अंदर हिकमत को समझने के लिए. Not just for the purpose of Shariat. I'm not saying that you will not follow your Shariat. Shariat always, but that is not the totality of our tariqah. If you want to read this two farman again, you are welcome to read. Mullah is not saying, I'm building Jamaat Khana so you can come and do your dua and give you the song and come to Majlis. Mullah is talking about at the highest level, the highest purpose, the essence of our tariqah and the reason to build Jamat khana. So don't take my word, take Imam's farman. Listen to Mullah Baba, see what he's saying about Jamat khana. Now, if you are saying I'm there for the ilm and the wisdom, the batin, you know the wisdom is the batin of knowledge. So you're saying I'm there for the knowledge and it's batin, the hikmat, the wisdom, the interpretation. Then where are you? You are on the second level, at the tariqat. इसलिए हम कहते हैं कि हमारा तरीका, the way to follow Imam with knowledge and wisdom. But then amongst you there will be Mominin who will say, and what would they say? No, I'm there for the batin, I'm there for the nur, I'm there for the ibadat, I'm there for didar. With this statement, so all other two steps, you still have to follow your shariat, you still have to learn your tariqah, you still have to follow your shariat and you still have to follow your tariqah. But then you are going a step further by saying, I want to have the nur, I want to have didar, I wanted to practice my ibadat with Isme Azam. So where are you now? Which step are you? आप अब हकीकत के मकाम से और उसके ऊपर खड़े रहकर हमारे दीन को फॉलो करते हैं. You are at the level of tariqat, hakikat, and you are following from that level our tariqah. I have a one farman in front of me of Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah, may our soul be sacrificed to their Imam, in which he says, this praying house, Jamaat khane ki baat ho rahi hai, this praying house is of stone, ये पत्थर का घर बना हुआ है. जमात खाने की बात हो रही है. Ismailis have their praying house in their hearts. It is no use to have only a stone building for praying. Every Ismaili has got a praying house in his heart, in his head, in his sense and conscience. But such house helps to meet each other. वापस जमात खाना की बात हो रही है कि such a house, जमात खाना, helps to meet each other and to promote brotherly fellow feeling and help each other. तो मौला ने हमको एक पैराग्राफ के अंदर दो बातें समझाई कि खाली पत्थर की बिल्डिंग, the building of stone, is not needed. We don't need that for prayer. But it is important to have a house of prayer in your heart, in your mind, and in your soul. But we still need this brick and mortar building so we may get together and we may help each other. Do what? And then मुलाबा के फरमान के पर तवज्जो करें. To have the knowledge, so we can share the knowledge and we can benefit. The entire Jamaat Khana, entire Jamaat can benefit from the shared knowledge and wisdom. So I'm going to repeat this one line from Mullah Farman again. where people come together to share knowledge and wisdom. ये मौला पापा ने फरमाया. सुजा माशा ने क्या फरमाया? Help meet each other and to promote brotherly fellow feeling and help each other. देखा आपने? ये है जमात खाने का मकसद. ना कि जमात खाने जाकर हम अनीला को, शनीला को, मदीना को, अजीज भाई को, करीम भाई को, कांजी भाई को मिलने जा रहे हैं. That is not the purpose of Jamaat Khana. The purpose of Jamaat Khana was to share the knowledge and the wisdom, to get together, to progress together. Couple of things before we finish today's session. Another question sometimes comes to mind. Why in some Jamaat Khana, when you go, you feel so peaceful. Then you go to other Jamaat Khana and you cannot concentrate. Your thoughts are everywhere. You are not able to concentrate. Why? Why? अगर सभी जमात खाने इमाम के हुक्म से बने हुए हैं तो क्यों एक जमात खाने में इतना सुकून, इतना पीस, हैप्पीनेस, इनलाइनमेंट, और दूसरे जमात खाने में we don't feel that? Can anyone think of any reason? And there is another easy answer to that. And what is that? It is not the brick building we call Jamaat Khana. It is the Mominin, the spiritual children within the Jamaat Khana, who makes a Jamaat Khana a place of prayers, a place of happiness, a place, a Nurani place, a place of enlightenment. जितना जिस जमात खाने में ज़्यादा अच्छे मोमिनीन जमा होंगे, ज़्यादा इबादत करेंगे, ज़्यादा तस्बीहात करेंगे, ज़्यादा गिरियावजारी करेंगे, ज़्यादा इल्म और हिकमत की बातें करेंगे. Those जमात खाना where there are such mominins who do more extraordinary ibadat, do more tasbiyat and giryawzari, do more of knowledge and talk of wisdom. In that Jamaat Khana, when you will enter, instantly you will feel the peace. Instantly you will feel the light. Instantly you will be able to concentrate. But for whatever reason, if there are Jamaat Khanas, and I hope there are not very many, where Jamaat comes to gossip, Jamaat does backbiting, Jamaat just come to meet each other, they have no notions, no feeling, no hope, no prayers of meeting the Imam, having the didar of Imam. उनके दिमाग से भी ये बात नहीं चलती है. They have no second thought that Imam is present in Jamaat Khana. How can I say that? What is my proof? Have we ever seen ourselves, the way we behave, the way we talk, the loud noises we make, और क्या लगाते हैं, laughing out loud, LOL in Jamaat Khana. If Imam was present there, or if you believed Imam is present there, would you be doing that? Did you do that in Darbar when Mullah Bapa was there? No, right? My brother and sister, let's make our Jamaat Khana such a Jamaat Khana where anyone every single Jamaat, when they come in, they will feel the happiness. We can do this together. Not me, not you, but we as a Jamaat. If we get serious, if we understand Imam Farman, if we understand the value and sensitivity and the purity of the Jamaat, khana, then what we will do? We will be respectful of the prayer hall, respectful of the Jamaat khana. Be mindful of the Imams present in Jamaat khana. And let's make our Jamaat khana the most peaceful place for the entire Jamaat khana. Whoever comes into Jamaat khana feels that Nurani present. They should feel the happiness and the peace. आपके स्क्रीन पर एक आयत लिखी हुई है. Look at this ayat on your screen. What we talked about today, from the time of Adam all the way to time where we stand today. And this is a series of lectures, and we're going to move forward. We will talk about Jamaat khana closing today. We don't have a Jamaat khana today. We will talk about all of that in coming weeks. But look at this ayat and see, what do you see? What is this ayat is telling us? What is this ayat is telling you? Allah is saying, we will show you our sign in their surrounding, outside in universe, and within themselves. उसके बाहर भी, उसके सराउंडिंग में भी, और उसके अंदर भी. आफाक वो अनफुस के अंदर वो हमको क्या दिखाएगा? साइंस दिखाएगा. साइंस दिखाएगा हमारे अतराफ में, इन आवर आउटर वर्ल्ड, और हमारे अंदर, इन आवर इनर वर्ल्ड. Until when? कब तक वो हमको साइन दिखाएगा? Until we believe in the truth. जब तक हम सच्चाई के ऊपर यकीन नहीं कर लेंगे, तब तक खुदा अपनी निशानियां हमको दिखाता रहेगा. Think on this ayat, and we will stop our session here. We will open the floor for questioning. जी.
Yali Madad.
Molali Madad.
This is Gulnar from Toronto.
जी गुलनार.
जो आपने बात कही, जो जमात खाने के लिए में हंसना ना चाहिए, और we have to be quiet and we have to respect and understand. And I know that the youth today, not only the youth, even older people don't understand this concept at all. So if this would be something that would be read out, that treat this place with respect. Don't keep your phones on. Don't, as soon as Jamaat Khana is over, start laughing and joking, and when there is gut part there. Why is there something that we cannot tell the whole Jamaat and educate them instead of waiting for somebody to attend a session? This has been my pet peeve for the last 15 years, that I will always send a message to people. Look, we haven't gotten to Jamaat Khana. Dwaniyat Khair has not happened. We must be respectful. Isn't that something we can do to let the whole world know that, this is a place of respect, and we have to educate the Jamaat in some way or another? How would we do that?
This is my belief, and only my belief, that Mukhi Sahib and Kamra Sahib and Tariqa board are treating us as adult. What they are saying, you are adult, you should know better. So what we can do, you and me, all right, just you and me, what can we do? This is what we can do. We live by example. We teach one other person next to us, on the left of us, one other person on the right of us. And how do we do that? When we see someone next to us, and normally we sit with the people we know, we can say, my brother, my sister, if you want to talk, let's go outside the hallway. Let's get out of the prayer hall. Let people do their tasbih. Let people take their niyaz. Let people concentrate on their dua. Let's go out and we can talk. If all of us teach just one person to the left and one person to the right, and normally we know those people and we will not be offending anyone, and then live by the example, and you will so see a snow effect. One Jamat khana, and I'm going to call out this Jamat khana. If you don't believe, I need you to go to this Jamat khana and see. Austin, Texas Jamat khana. You go to Austin, Texas Jamat khana, Mukhi Sahib will say, Thar, Sufro, Hazrimaji, Memani, Kato khana Vadan, Niyaz ke Raso Lamiriya. You will not hear a single sound. People are still sitting quietly, respectfully. One or two line will get up, they will do the niyaz, they will go, other people will get up, eventually everybody will get up, quietly will do their thing, until the Nandi on the other half of the Jamaat Khana, where the Nandi hall is, and when the Nandi start, then you will hear the sound. Until then, and we are talking about sometime 10, 15, 20 minutes between the Niyaz start and the Nandi start. That is the beautiful Jamaat. How did they learn this? Who taught them? People are living by example. I hope this will help us figure this question out and help our Jamaat.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you. Beautiful way of thinking. So my sister Munira is talking about somewhere in one of the Jamaat Khana, this question was raised and missionary Sahib was not able to answer or satisfy, but he did give some logical answer or try to give some logical answer. Again, my answer would be live by the example, and let's not blame our youth, because the phone that we adults have given to our youth in their hand, it is not them. Let's start with ourselves. क्या बोलते हैं उर्दू में, गिरबान के अंदर झांक कर देखना. Let's look at ourselves first. What are we doing? How are we living by example? So if we are living by example, eventually our youth will follow our example. If they will see everybody is quiet, they will have no reason to start the commotion. And even older people, sometimes our senior citizen, they bring their phone, and because they cannot hear, they leave their phone on loud ringer. So, but if all together, as a Jamaat, we can resolve this issue, we can do it by example. Ji, next. Yali Madad.
I just want to add, I agree with what the missionary said, that if I am for lack of a better word, if I'm intense in my prayers and while I am there, the noise and the commotion will not affect me. So what's going around me should not interfere if I am deep in thought of the reason why I'm in Jamat Khana. And the other question that I wanted to ask you, it is different, and we can come back to this etiquette part again. But can you tell me there are some gut part when we have niyaz, when we have gut part. Are there like, do you have to stand up for the ginans, or there are some ginans that you can sit and some you have to stand?
Ji. So, Rose, my sister, the very first thing what you said, even though I agree with you and Missionary Sahib both, but we understand that there is a place to make sound and there is a place to be quiet. And Jamaat Khana is not a place to be loud and laughing out loud. Jamaat Khana is not a place. So regardless of how much you can concentrate and regardless of what I or you can do, that is not the place for respect. And my only way for everyone to understand this is, if Imam was there when we went to Darbar, did we leave our phone on? Were we talking loud? Were we laughing out loud? Were we having interaction with our children and our friends? And if answer is no, then we should follow our own ethics in Jamaat Khana. The way, because maybe for some reason we don't believe Imam is present in Jamaat Khana. Your second question about the niyaz. We will cover the dua, niyaz, chanta and all the other kriyas in our series of lectures. But for quick answer, it is the time when the niyaz ginan is recited, and only if you are not sitting and offering your prayers and tasbih and griyazari, then as a respect we should stand up quietly and listen to what ginan, the ilm, is being given in the niyaz ginan. Ji.
Thank you, sir. Zina Sahaba, you next.
Okay, so Yali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
Aziz Bhai,
Ji.
my comment is not a question. Some of us do not think of Jamaat Khana as a place where we are supposed to be quiet and praying and doing Giyadari. They think it is a place where they have come to meet their friends. We usually get to Jamaat Khana early because we want to take our tasbih before all the services begin. But it is so disturbing that people are talking across from Jamaat Khana, across from one end to the other, and silly things, things that they could have talked from home on their phones, and they are discussing that there. But these are people you cannot tell to keep quiet because they'll come to fight with you.
I agree with you, Zinat. It is unfortunately, and again, the same answer. Let's live by the example. Let's see if we can fix. So now we have a 3 volunteer, Zinat and the first lady, and then yes, Gulnar, and then Rose, and then Munira, and maybe Kamria Sahib and Nachis. Let's say we have 6 volunteers now. We're going to talk to, and we have 55 people online. If we 155 people take one person on the left and one person on the right, and if we can just make them understand this one single point, can you imagine this snow effect, the role it would take? And inshallah, Mola will help us and we will be okay.
Inshallah.
Thank you, Zinat.
Farzana, you are next.
Yes, Yali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
Aziz Bhai, you know that Imam Sultan Ahmad Shah said in Parma, the 7 big Gunai Kabira.
One of them is this: if you ever spoke a word in worship place, is it like Patani meaning? Is there anything which is Ari meaning?
जी, ये अच्छा सब्जेक्ट है. सबसे पहले तो हमको ये देखना होगा कि गुनाह कबीरा है क्या. जब हम उसको समझ जाएंगे तो इंशाल्लाह हम इसका आंसर भी समझ जाएंगे.
Yes, it's Gulnar again. I wanted to add to what Aziz sir has said. I wanted to say that if we all understand that whatever prayer we are offering is coating the walls with spirituality, that is why that place is so beautiful and so peaceful. And that is why we would like to sit there and do our tasbih. Whenever we say any words or any prayer, we coat the whole atmosphere with spirituality. And then when we kind of finish Jamat Khana, and before the spiritual session is closed, we ruin it with speaking, and laughing. So if we all understood that when we go into Jamat Khana, what we are doing, what by offering all our prayers and all our kiriyas, what we are creating in that, what mahal we are creating, then that would, I think that would help people to understand what the Jamat Khana is also for. Besides, the contemplation, the enlightenment you would get if you understood this whole spirituality part of it. So that's the only thing that I wanted to add, that, if we understand that we're creating by every word, every spiritual word, every dua word that we say is so powerful, that we are coating the whole Jamat Khana atmosphere with spirituality, then we would all walk in there with respect and, understanding that we can't be talking and laughing there.
Thank you, Gulnar. I believe you have second what I have said earlier, that why we go to some Jamaat Khana and it's so peaceful and so happy feeling, enlightening, and then other Jamaat Khana we go and we don't see that. So you are absolutely correct. Only it takes handful of people to understand this, and then we can spread this knowledge and wisdom to others. Thank you again.